Hey guys, how's it going? 2 videos in one day. It's wild, isn't it? So this will be my first movie review, and how I'm going to do it is I'm going to do a portion of the video is going to be a spoiler-free section for the people that haven't seen the movie yet, and then the next section will be a spoiler section for people that have seen the movie, or for people that haven't seen the movie and they're just wild. And also, if you haven't seen the movie, you can just watch the spoiler-free section, come back, watch the spoiler section if you want to. You don't have to. I'm not going to force you to. I'm not going to pull up to your house and pull up with a gun and make you watch it. So, let's get into the actual movie review. This movie was written and directed by James Wan and was released on Friday, September 10th, 2021. And stars as the main character, Annabelle Wallis as Madison. And if you're like me, you don't know actors. So, I never heard of her before going into researching for this. So, yeah, cool. First movie I like actively know I've seen her in. As the movie implies, Malignant is about a cancer, but not just any old cancer, a cancer that comes back to haunt you from your past. Kind of like my old videos. So, starting off the movie, Madison and her husband are at home, and there is a scene on the first 10 minutes I'm going to warn you guys about. It is a little brutal, and I'm not going to lie to you. When it happened, I was like, holy shit, they just did that. They really just did that. And once you see the movie, you'll know exactly what scene I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm just going to warn you guys. It's a little violent, yep. So, yeah, that's to be warned. So there's this killer who's going around killing people. And the reason why this is even important at all is because Madison has this mental connection with him where she can see who he is killing, and she can see it during at the time it's happening. So she can see it, but she cannot do anything about it because she's kind of in a sleep paralysis state where she can't do anything. So when going from the house to the actual murders and everything after that, there is a genre shift, and it honestly feels like they did not want to pinpoint down on just one singular genre, because the first little bit of the movie we're in the house, probably first 30 minutes, is a horror movie front and back. Jump scares galore, it's just your regular horror movie, but after that, it is a mystery movie sprinkled in with a little bit of jump scares here and there, just to keep the element of horror, just so they can write it off as horror, but I wouldn't call it a horror movie, honestly. So during this mystery section, Madison, the police, and some of Madison's close family are trying to track down this killer to stop the killings, and so it can all end. And during this little section of the mystery portion, I'm going to like to call it, the movie is not horrible. I wouldn't say it's anything to write home about, but it's not a bad movie. I would say it's your average, just mystery movie of police trying to catch some killer, with a little bit of extra spice thrown in there when Madison sees the killings, and you can see it from how she's seeing it. After the mystery section, we move on to the last 30 to 40 minutes, which is just full balls to the wall action. And it's some Fast and Furious type shit. And this portion of the movie, it's okay. I think that it doesn't really fit in with what the movie was, with how the movie was, but it's alright. It's not horrible. Then the way the movie ends is kind of ambiguous. Not really ambiguous, it's a little weird. I'm not sure if they're going to make a second one, or if that's just the end of the movie and they're just saying, fuck it. We're just couldn't think of an ending, honestly. It wasn't that strong of an ending. It didn't really stick with me as much as I thought it probably would have. So, Malignant. That's just a basic rundown of the movie. Brief summary. I don't want to give it away too much, but yeah, it's alright. It's an okay movie. I mean, if you want to watch a horror, thriller, action movie all in one, there's your perfect package. Now, the question is, would I pay for this movie in theaters to risk my health and go out to the theaters and watch this movie? Fuck no. But would I watch it for free on HBO Max? Yeah, I would. I'm going to give this a rating out of 1 through 10, and I kind of fought on myself for it, what I wanted to give it. So, I'm going to give it a solid 7.5 out of 10. I hope you guys enjoyed the spoiler-free section of the movie. Now, we're going to go into the spoiler section. So if you haven't seen the movie and you actually do care about it, get the fuck out of here. What are you still doing here? Honestly, man, what the fuck? Come on, leave, go. Okay, now that they're gone, we can go into the spoiler section for the people that have seen the movie and for people that don't care. You guys are crazy for that, honestly. So the movie starts off with Madison and her husband. I don't care to look up his name because he was barely even in the movie. He died. Who the fuck cares? So Madison and her husband are in this house. He is an abusive asshole and she is pregnant. And the scene I was talking about in the beginning of the movie, he kind of like slams her head into the wall. Very brutal. Didn't expect it to happen. It caught me off guard and I was like, holy shit. Like I said, just wild shit. She locks the door on him while he's going down the stairs to get some ice for her. And he ends up dying by this black figure. And she goes down to check on him, finds his dead body and this black figure, and it attacks her, and then she gets knocked out. Police get called, they do some autopsy, police shit on this dude, and she's taken to the hospital. It turns out that the pregnancy she had is a miscarriage, and this is her third miscarriage. And she is just kind of just defeated. She's done. She's just done with it. She's done with life. So her adopted sister takes her home from the hospital and brings her to her house. And then we end up seeing our first killing. And it is kind of brutal, honestly. I'm not going to lie to you. Head gets bashed in with a trophy. I mean, it's some cool editing and some cool camera work that they used for it. But it's definitely brutal and definitely bloody. Then he kidnaps this person, also known as Gabriel, as they call him, takes this person hostage, brings her to this house, and hangs her up. She's not dead, she's still alive, it's just as a hostage kind of thing. And she's kind of important throughout the movie. She is just like stuck in this attic and just chained to the wall. It's kind of weird, like kind of like a duct tape chain to like a ceiling type of thing. It's a little strange, but yeah. So then as the days go on, the police start investigating these killings of these people. And as the days goes on, the police start investigating these murders. And they start trying to find this person who is committing these murders. While Madison is still seeing them. And she ends up talking to the police about it and her adopted sister. And they're like, you're fucking crazy. What do you mean? Some weird shit. This is just the meat of the mystery section. And we move on to finding out more about Madison and her past and her real name being Emily and how she was adopted at the age of 8 and how she can't remember anything and all this other wild stuff that I really don't feel like talking about, honestly. It's just some science shit that she has this twin brother named Gabriel. You can't see about winking. I don't know if you could see or not. So Gabriel was an imaginary friend she had up when she was like super young, and she had after she was adopted, and kind of got rid of him as when her adopted sister was born. It turns out that they find out all this stuff, and they go to Madison's house, and the person that I told you about that was chained to the ceiling falls through her ceiling because she tried to escape from Gabriel while he wasn't there, and the ceiling she ended up being kept in was the house that Madison was living at. And this all happened while the police were there. So the police find the murder weapon, they find this person that was taken hostage, and they're like, what the fuck? What the fuck? So they arrest Madison, and she's like, bro, I don't know. I didn't do this shit. It was Gabriel. And they're like, Gabriel's not real. He's your imaginary friend. You're tripping on drugs, dude. And she's like, no, I'm not. And they're like, yes, you are. And she's like, no, I'm not. And they're like, yes, you are. And this kind of goes on for a few minutes in the interrogation room until Gabriel calls the detective and kind of proves that something a little weird is going on here. Then they take Madison to a holding cell, and she kind of gets the shit beaten out of her by some inmates that are already there. And this is where the movie transitions from the mystery to the balls to the wall action crazy ass shit. It turns out that Gabriel is actually her twin brother that became a cancer, malignant, you see where this is going, and wasn't able to form a full body and kind of just became a weird little fucking thing that was living on the back of her that they ended up cutting off. And they couldn't cut off all of Gabriel because it would have killed Madison, So what they did was they left a little bit of Gabriel, shoved it in the back of her fucking skull, which I don't know where they had found room for that shit, because your skull kind of takes up your whole brain, so I don't know. So they shoved Gabriel, at least the rest of him, into the back of Madison's skull, and just sutured it closed. Now, when Gabriel comes out, a little weird divide pops in the back of her skull. It's kind of opens up and goes, whoop, and Gabriel pops out. And Gabriel puts Madison in this little, comatose state, where she thinks she's watching Gabriel, but actually her body is what's doing it. And Gabriel goes on this whole fucking killing rampage of killing everybody in the cell, killing a bunch of fucking cops, escaping the prison, and going to the hospital. Because it turns out that their mother is alive, and that that Gabriel is going to kill their mother. While Gabriel's still at the police station, before he leaves to the hospital, he gets in this huge fucking fight with all the police officers, fucking just slaughters all of them. And he gets in a fight with the main two detectives, and just fucks them up really bad, and almost kills one of them. And then they're like, okay, let's move to the hospital now. So Gabriel breaks into the hospital and starts trying to kill the adopted daughter and the mother. And the mother is like, stop, Gabriel, you don't have to do this. And he's like, shut up, bitch. And so the movie makes you think that he kills the adopted sister and the mother. But what actually happens is Madison takes back control of her body and puts Gabriel in the same kind of comatose state that he put her in. Yeah. Some crazy shit. So then Madison's like, I know who you are. You're not going to hold my body hostage anymore. I'm going to make you the hostage in my body. And Gabriel's like, dude, what the fuck? That's not cool, man. Like, we're siblings. And she's like, that's not cool. She's like, that's not cool, man. You killed a bunch of other people. Not cool. And so they kind of have a kerfuffle in her brain. And Madison ends up locking Gabriel away. And Gabriel is like, I'll get out one day. And she's like, I know. But I'll be ready. And so the movie kind of leaves it a little weird with how it ends. It's like, are they going to make a second one? Or are they not? Just leave it as it is. And it's like, we never know if Gabriel comes back. He might. He might not. Who knows? But time will tell. I hope you guys enjoyed the movie review. If not, tell me why down below. And if so, tell me down below as well. This is my first one, so there is a lot I'm going to change, and I have to change. I want to incorporate a few more jokes into it. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, maybe a little pizzazz here and there. Who knows? Yeah. But any comments about the movie review, anything I can change, just leave it down below. And I don't know when my next movie review will come out, but my next review probably will be for Deathloop, a PS5 game that's coming out on... Yeah, it's coming out in September. I don't know the exact date, but it is the night of when this review is being released. So, yep, watch out for that. I hope you guys have a fan-fucking-tastic day. Just a beautiful day. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Deuces.